Hi, welcome to another edition of What's Going On. I'm your host, Colin Michael Job, and got my special guest today, Earl Best from Aqua Best. Earl, I want to welcome you to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Earl's the owner of Aqua Best, a water filtration system.
That's right.
Interesting business. You know, it's funny. To me, it's just water, but obviously to you, it's a little more in depth than that. Hence, you got into the water business. So, what got you started in the water business?
Well, firstly, you're not the only person that think of water as just water. What got me involved in the water business is that some years ago, close to 20 years ago, I tasted some water from a company at that time called NSA, which is one of the first people that really brought water to the forefront of what it should be. And it tasted so different, something clicked in my hand. I decided at that time, you know something, the future of business basically is in water, because it's, this is what we need to do most of all. Then I started to do some research and the rest, of course, is history, yeah.
So that was your aha moment, was it?
Yeah, I go back to that all the time, because I think everyone should, have that sort of realization, or to find out exactly where water is concerned. Don't take it for granted. Right.
Because people say, it's like, as I said before, it's just water. And they would say, why not use tap water? We just turn on the tap, paying for water or wasting our money. We'll just turn on the tap, and as long as there's water there, we're good to go. What's your take on that?
Well, tap water, of course, has been doing a service to the population for years. However, tap water is not necessarily the best water that available there.
Why not?
Because there's water and there's water. Tap water has been processed and has been filtered, but then to a degree when it is consumable. However, it's where your body and health is concerned, it's a little bit different. Your body not asks for, it demands certain things to make it survive, so that you will enjoy life. So this is where water is coming from.
So you're talking about the quality of water.
The quality of water, that's very important. That's very, very important.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When you treat water, when you start to change water, make it from what it should be into something that you think it should be, and then of course you have problems, because first we have to recognize that water is a solvent. Whatever water touches, it will take part of it. That's why, of course, we have the Grand Canyon and all those things. It's through it's through water. So with that in mind, we have to understand that we have to stop treating water as just water, and understand water as the source of life, as a living thing itself.
So you're saying then that we're taking it for granted?
We're too much for granted, yes. Yeah.
Really, that's interesting. It's interesting. And what about bottled water? We know that's been very popular for probably the last 20 years. And there are some people who say that the water isn't good enough. That water, is it good enough? Other people say it's just tap water, bottled. Some people say it's from a special well. Sometimes in a far away place like France or whatever. What's your take on the whole bottled water industry?
Well, there's bottled water and there's bottled water. And as you mentioned, of course, there are 101 different brand labels out there that that advertise water or sell water. But the quality of water that is placed in the bottle is not really managed, mainly because governments and so can't really ask you to provide a better quality of bottled water or water for consumption than they're providing for consumption themselves. So it's a catch-22 situation. See, what we would like to do or hope for in bottled water is that you have a quality of water that is beneficial to your body, your survival.
So you're saying that the quality of bottled water is no better than tap water? Am I hearing you correctly?
Not all of it. Not all of it. Well, let's put it this way. The regulations on bottled water says that if you have a clean bottle, you can use tap water and put it in the clean bottle, and it's legal.
That's the law. That's the law.
That's the regulation.
Oh, really?
That's the regulations, yeah. So with that in mind, people take all kinds of advantages of it.
So it's more of a marketing thing more than anything else?
Basically, that's what it's all about, yes. Yeah.
Wow. So essentially, I could get a case of empty bottles, turn on the tap, fill them up, put a nice label saying Collins Arctic water, and then we're good to go.
Well, yes.
Even though it may be from the city of Mississauga.
Right, that's right. To a point. If your bottles are not clean, then of course,
right.
Yeah. So that's how it is.
But if you're using clean bottles, you're good to go.
Yeah, you can use the normal tap water and bottle it, and it's legal. Yes.
Wow. So you're saying this obviously this is not a good enough approach.
No, there's lots to be done where that's concerned, really, where your body is concerned. You have to start thinking of water as the source of life wherever you're concerned. You can live without food for a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months at a time, but you can't live without water. So with that in mind...
See, we can live without food for a month?
No, or even 2 months. Some people do.
Wow.
Yeah. But you can't live without water.
I have problems going a few hours.
Well, with that in mind, but
that's not what I wanted to hear.
Well, we need to take water more seriously, mainly because we are actually, in a matter of speaking, you're drenched in water every time you, every day, even when you're sleeping.
So you're saying,
because water is all around you.
Wow. Yeah. So you're saying we need to take water. We need to take it. Is it the health issue?
It is the health issue, not a health issue. The health issue.
The health issue. So why is it so important to our health? Like why? Like I mean, like I said, I just I'm thinking from my perspective, why am I going to pay for it? I'll just turn on the tap, fill her up, and I'm good to go.
Well, mainly because our bodies are 75% water, even as an adult. I think it's at birth is more than that. It's like 85. So. With that in mind, you know that your body is dependent on renewable energy, renewable water on a constant basis.
Okay.
Because you've got heat all around you, which is drying you out. So the water is the source that keeps you hydrated. So that's one of the things that people have to recognize. I've heard people say that, oh, I don't drink water, like water, but they never, that's kind of a silly thing to say, because how can you not like water when you depend on water?
But you know what? Yeah. It's not so unusual. Yeah. I actually know some people who have said so. I don't like water, and they tell me, oh, you know what? When I drink water, I have to add something to it. And I'm thinking, to me, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess hence all these up and coming companies that flavor the water.
Exactly. Yeah.
But to me, what little I know, I think water in its purest form is probably the best deal.
One of the things I've discovered is that when people say they don't like water, they don't want to drink water, is that we are talking about your senses, your taste buds and whatever. You take a normal glass of water from a tap, for instance, and you put it to your lips. Before you can even drink, you're going to smell. So this,
right.
So when that scent gets into your senses, the message is the distributed into your mind is that don't drink this water. It's not good. For instance, if you take a glass of water from another source that's clean, fresh, you'll find that you'll drink with no problem.
Right. No, but that's really interesting, because there's a potential water crisis all over the world. A lot of countries don't have good quality water.
That's quite true.
In some countries, the situation is so bad that the best quality water comes from the soft drink manufacturer. Yeah. Right, and there's a popular one that we all know, but I won't mention the name. But in a lot of countries, they have the best source of water as against the general populace, which is kind of bizarre. But nonetheless, I guess that's the decision that their government has made. So it to me, and from what I understand, water is fairly inexpensive to filter. And it's still baffling to me that given all this information, and all of the items that are out there that can be used to purify water, that it's still a crisis in a lot of countries around the world.
Rightly so, and a lot of this comes from not being educated in the facts of what water is all about. And in my teachings or on my website and so, you'll find that it's explained quite simply, making people understand what the values of water and what it means to their body. The way I explain it is that you breathe water. People don't recognize that. But water is in the air that you breathe. If you take the water out, your lungs will dry up in a hurry. two ways about it.
Wow.
So,
very interesting stuff.
People don't understand that.
So we have to educate the public.
You have to educate the people. The public, they need to know what it takes really for them to feel good and not be sick.
Right.
You know?
Well, hold that thought. We're going to talk some more. It's very interesting. We'll be right back right here on What's Going On.
Thanks.